Do. Sup?
So,
What do you want to talk about? Oh wait,
I don't know. We don't have any topics really, so we did this big brain play. It's called we Googled random. What was it called?
random topic generator
Right.
or conversation starter. Perfect
Okay.
for what we
Okay.
need. I'm gonna skip this one because it has to do with athletes, and I don't know what I'm talking about there.
Yeah. Neither of us do.
Ooh, this is a good one. This
Okay.
comes from the random topic generator.
Okay.
Because I don't have people to handle. What smell brings back great memories?
Okay. Does it have to be a good smell?
Probably not, dude. Any memories.
Okay.
It doesn't say happy
Okay.
memories,
Can I
so.
say? Can I say the HPA guys locker room?
Oh my gosh, it's so bad.
It brings back great memory. It's a terrible smell,
Terrible smell,
horrible smell,
great
but
memories.
wonderful memories.
Yeah, that
Also,
would have to
some
be it for
very
me.
disturbing.
But how can you recreate the smell of 30 smelly guys
And
shoved
don't
into
forget a
one
couple
room?
of little boys that think Axe is good.
Oh, you're talking about
Lost
you're talking
Boys.
about the seniors. Uh, most of the guys using an Axe body spray were not the small children.
That's true. Yeah. But I do
I
remember
would,
some Lost Boys using it. Are there any other smells that bring back good memories?
I don't really
I
connect memories to smells.
no, neither do I.
It's more like things or jokes or something. All right,
Um,
let's
yeah. Let's
generate a new
next
one.
next one.
That's a long one.
Read away.
Can you think of any technology that has only made the world worse? How about a piece of technology that has only made the world better? Better or worse? One of those.
Technology that's only made the world better or worse. Wait, that's the thing. There's ups and downs to
To everything.
everything, every technology at least. Uh something that's only made the world better. I don't
That's
know. Cameras. Camera seems kind
yeah,
of like a
but I'd
lame
also
bit
say
of
there's a
thing.
downside to that because they do say that for every picture you take, it's a memory your brain doesn't keep because it doesn't have to. But I don't know if that's
Uh,
better or worse because I'm like, because usually when I see a photo or a video of something, I
it's
remember
like a
stuff better.
reminder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So personally, even though people are on think that's a downside, I think it's an upside. Like I can remember stuff
yeah,
better if there's a picture of it or a
yeah.
video of that moment. So, dude,
Well,
yeah, cameras. I would
the
agree with you on
that
cameras.
argument does like stem from the fact like if you don't take a picture of it, you're gonna spend more time trying to like solidify it in your memory,
Right, but I
right?
also feel like you can only hold. That sounds weird. I was gonna say you can only hold on to so many memories, but I feel like that's not true. Um,
No, it is kind of true. There is
yeah,
a set amount of data that our brains
yeah,
can hold, but
but
it's
I
a
feel like
lot.
a picture can just, just spark that memory.
Yes, yes.
What about things that made? So that was better. Things that made technology that made the world worse. Um, hmm.
Uh, Apple.
Excuse me, sir. Don't you ever speak to me or my son again.
If you don't know, Jordan has an Apple
Yeah,
phone,
I have an
and I
Apple.
more or less have I wouldn't say a vendetta because I have reasons to dislike it.
Which is understandable. I'm not one of those. I'm not one of those people that is like, "How dare you have anything else?"
Yeah,
It's a
I'm not.
preference.
I'm not
I
trying to
I
like
totally agree.
chastise people for saying that, like, hey, like having Apple. I'm not chastising people for having Apple. I just don't like it
Yeah, which is understandable. But it's the
personally.
people that attack me for having it because
Yeah,
it's worse. Be like, I prefer it. So what?
if
But
someone
I mean,
prefers something,
That's the only Apple thing I protect. MacBooks. Um.
Hey, at
I just
least
recently told somebody they were asking me how to they were asking a group on a Discord server that I was on. They were asking, "Hey, how do I zoom? I accidentally zoomed in on my MacBook. How do I zoom out?" I was like, "Okay, you go to your browser and you search to buy a computer that is not Apple and you buy it. Sick burn.
see.
Mic
I want
drop.
to know. I gotta know the kill command for a MacBook.
What
That
so it'll
way,
just crash or blow up?
no, not that kind of kill command.
Oh.
Just a program kill command. So if like someone's using like Zoom on their MacBook and they're like, I can't figure out how to make it go full screen, I'll just tell them like, just hit Command F4 and it just shuts
Oh,
down
right, right.
Zoom entirely.
Like when you're playing a game with somebody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Once
yeah.
someone says hit Alt F4,
I would like
no,
one that just makes the MacBooks explode. Not like a big explosion hurt anyone.
no,
Just
just like that.
like the Mission Impossible, like this will self-destruct in 5 seconds, and it just and is worthless. I mean, it's kind of like that already, but
Yeah.
without the puff of smoke, it's
Okay,
just worthless.
we're
Okay.
trashing on Apple a bit too much.
Um.
I bet we'll lose some viewers because of this.
Hey, all in good fun. I am an Apple user, so you can't don't click
My
away.
dad is an Apple fanboy. He's got an Apple 4K TV, a I don't know iPhone 11, a MacBook, a whatever their PC is called.
That's a MacBook. Oh,
Like the
yeah,
one that's like the monitor
like
that's
a
the whole
desktop.
computer.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's a
so
Mac.
it's just a Mac.
Yeah.
It's just a Mac.
All right. Let's move on.
Nice.
New
Yeah.
topic. All right.
New topic.
Ooh, ooh, this is a good one for us. What is your
Let's hear it.
favorite movie soundtrack?
Favorite movie soundtrack? I wouldn't say this is my favorite, but I think it's the one that complements the movie best, and it'd be Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Dude, you just love that movie anyway, dude.
It's a great
It
movie,
is a good
and
movie.
the audio is perfect for it too. But I
It's
wouldn't say it's
good.
my favorite.
It's
I
good.
think I think my favorite soundtrack would probably be the Muppet movie. Well, not the new Muppet movie, but like the
Like
original,
the original, the OG.
the
Dude, I
OG
watched
Muppet
that
movie.
recently. It was good. It was good
I
again.
watched it on VHS recently,
Dude, yeah, in your little
and
cubby hole. You'll know.
yeah.
Miss that thing. All right. Mine, I would have to say there's two. I can't really decide between them
Mhm.
because one is just so iconic and I love it so much. Obviously, OG Star Wars. Like,
uh,
obviously. But
it's
another
too
one,
iconic not to like.
yeah.
Yeah,
The one that came to mind first though, because I was like, oh, that one. But then I was like, is that my favorite? I'd have to say this
yeah.
one because it honestly, when it plays, I get this close to crying every time. The original Jurassic Park soundtrack, just that
Very
sweet
solid.
na 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 na. Na.
Yeah.
Copyright strike.
Uh, we'll bleep it out. Don't
But
worry.
you know,
Editing me. Make sure you
yeah,
do that.
take
What's
that
the
out.
timestamp for this?
Um, let's see.
10
Yeah,
9:16.
dude. But when the first trailer for Jurassic World came out and they used that theme, but they slowed it down and just made it really soft, I actually did cry. I was sitting there, I
Oh,
was like,
that's good.
oh my gosh, that's beautiful. But yeah, so
You
that
know
would
what?
be,
One
I'd
of
say
the
my
most
favorite.
recent like one of the most recent like movie tropes that I've started to dislike more and more is the just really bland orchestral music. Like you used Star Wars as one of your favorites, and I agree that like the original trilogy had great soundtrack all the way through. But like watching the new trilogy, all all the ones that aren't from the original, all the tracks that aren't from the original one just sound like bland
Yeah,
orchestral music, and I'm
it,
like,
'cause- wait, I want to look
it,
something up. I'm getting really
and
into this.
lots of new action movies or other ones like that just use the same base format for all their music, and I'm just like, throw something else in there, please. Like,
Yeah, I
it's
miss
not
when.
impossible. Like, oh man. Another movie that really serves the audience with its audio is Baby Driver. You ever watch Baby
I have
Driver?
not seen that.
Oh, dude, it is an amazing movie. So there are some fight scenes in it where you got the people with guns, right? And every single bullet shot is in time with the music.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, this is just one of the most fun action scenes to watch because of that. And like, it is a very good movie. You should definitely watch it if you get the chance. But also, I forget what it's rated. So if you're not allowed to watch things, I can't remember if it's R. It might be,
I think it might be.
but
Okay, so I just looked it
I'm not
up.
condoning you to watch it if you're not allowed to watch those things. Also,
Yeah,
you
cover
people
all
at
your
home,
bases, dude. Uh,
covering all my bases,
I was gonna
because all the
say,
7 people that are gonna watch this,
dude, that's too high. That's too high of a
that's
number.
that's that's overshooting.
I was gonna say that the newer trilogy probably felt bland because it wasn't by John Williams, but I just looked it up. It is John Williams. So that's.
Yeah, it's weird. It just felt so much
I
more
think it's
bland.
just I think it's part of they're trying to because they were trying to squeeze so much out of Star Wars.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad for the newer trilogy. I feel like it could have been something good if they had picked. They had multiple directors, right?
Yeah,
Like
I think every movie
different
had a
ones for
different
each
director.
movie, right? If they had
Yeah,
picked one director that had a big vision, like you can tell that there wasn't a big vision for all 3 of them.
yeah, because I feel like
The story was
uh
like pieced together as it went along,
yeah,
and
Last Jedi
just didn't
felt
feel.
very disconnected.
Yeah,
That's why I felt like
almost all the movies felt disconnected from the other one, from
honestly I like the
each other.
last one the best. I don't know
It
honestly
was good.
why,
It was fun.
but that's kind of how it is for me with all of the Star Wars trilogies.
Yeah.
Like if you ask me my favorite order of each trilogy, it every time goes well, except I'd have to say it changes for prequel trilogy. For
Hmm.
original and sequel trilogy, it's third, first, second. Like third is top, second, or third, first, second. Um,
Okay.
and then for a prequel trilogy, it's third, second, first.
Hmm.
Because Phantom Menace was just crap.
I haven't watched the prequels in so long. I loved them when I was a kid, but I
Dude,
haven't seen
same.
them since I was a
My
kid.
brother and I would fight in the living room with lightsabers during
Yeah,
battle scenes. Good
we
memories.
had friends that we all had the lightsabers, and we'd go out in the backyard. Like, we had homeschool co-ops. Everyone did, and we would go out in the backyards of both like our house and their house, and we would just be whacking each other with lightsabers. It was a good time, but geez, wow.
I want to get some good Star Wars cosplay and then just have fun with people and like choreograph fight
I'd be
scenes.
down. I'd be down.
Dude, let's
Hit
do
me up.
it.
Let's do it. Next
Dibs,
video.
dibs on being a Sith though.
Dang it. I'm okay. I'm good being the good guy. I'm
Stolen.
bad at being bad.
That's true. You're too amazing.
I'm
You're too
too
good.
precious.
All right,
Another
let's
topic.
move on. What was your favorite restaurant when you were a child?
Oh, favorite restaurant when I was a child. There's actually a local pizza place that was my favorite. It's not going to be interesting to anyone, but
Is it
there's
that
this place
one?
called
Is it the
Penfield
one?
Pizza.
Is that the one that you always get pizza when I came over? Like the thick stuff, or
Yes, yes,
that stuff's good. It's heavy, dude.
it is.
You
It's
guys were like
thick.
start with like one piece, and we're like, "Pff," and we tried to eat two pieces, and we felt so sick.
Oh,
It's
you
heavy, but
and
it's
Jesse.
so good,
It was super thick, and the cheese is super thick, and like
dude.
if you
Like
get the
four
tons of meat
cubes,
and cheese, oh,
so
it's
much. I
hefty,
honestly would
boys.
have to say there was near my
Oh,
church. There was it used to be. It's changed
mhm.
so many times now. There used to be this really good. hibachi restaurant. So like
Okay.
it's like it was Chinese buffet was part of it, but then you go into the back. That sounds sketchy. It wasn't like the back room. You go to the back of the main room, and they had like the hibachi grill where you like put everything on a plate and then they cook it in front of you for you.
Oh yeah, those things are great.
It's so good. Just pile all that shrimp on there.
While we're on the topic of like food and whatnot, in the
Yeah.
past like half a year, my palate has been expanded like crazy. So any of you don't know, in the past like half a year, I went to Ethnos 360 Bible Institute, which is a Bible institute that focuses on missions. And so our meals were always pretty unconventional meals. Like they always tried to do international stuff, and a lot of the time it was really good. So like I kept trying new things basically every week of going there, and until like where I am now, where I'll happily go eat some octopus at a ramen place or
Dude, you've changed so much. I remember when we first started hanging out, you wouldn't eat breakfast.
yeah, I still don't really eat breakfast. It's more just like a cup of coffee and that's it.
Okay, so that hasn't changed.
That really hasn't changed. I
It changed
can
for
eat
a while.
breakfast
It
if
changed
I
for a
want.
while.
No, here's the
There was
thing.
a
I
while
can
there
eat
that you ate
breakfast if I
breakfast.
want to, but most
I
of the time
always
I just
want.
don't want
Why would you skip a meal of the day? That's less food you get to eat.
to. Well, you see, I make up for it for staying up way too late and having another meal like at 12:30.
Okay, so you skip breakfast. You're basically lunch is breakfast for you. You just all shit
Yeah,
it down.
yes.
Makes
It's
sense.
like I have lunch at regular lunchtime. I have dinner at regular dinner time, but I have breakfast at like 12:30 at night.
Mm.
And so it's like it's all out of whack, but I like it. I just wake up and have a cup of coffee, and I'm basically set. Maybe a tangerine. That's what I did while I was at school. Like I would never wake up for breakfast because breakfast was at 7 o'clock. Why would I wake up that early? I would wake up at 7:30. We had this thing called dorm detail that we'd have to get done before 7:45, so I would do that. And then classes started at 8, so I would just fill up my water bottle, grab either some coffee or a tangerine or some of both, and then head to class.
Just
And
take that
then,
tangerine, shove it in your coffee.
mm, no, I would eat them second.
Exquisite.
What was the question? Favorite
It was
restaurant
favorite
as a
restaurant as
child?
a kid. We both answered.
Yeah, and if anyone's wondering, Penfield Pizza is still my favorite restaurant.
It's so understandable. It's good.
It's good.
It's real
Also,
good.
Pizza Sam's is another local place, and we actually know the owner of Pizza Sam's. So we've had times where they're like, "Oh, we accidentally burnt this pizza, and it wasn't like burnt at all, and so we have to give it away. So here, you guys can have it."
Free pizza.
No, like
Woo!
seriously, we got a free like large pizza with sausage, pepperoni, ham, or like sometimes they would give us the like skins of the pepperoni that they don't use. So they slice their own pepperoni, and like pepperoni comes in rolls, and some of the outside pieces that are still edible but just aren't pretty, they save, and then they just kind of give them to either the workers or people they know,
Huh.
and they know us. Yeah, we
You're
know
just
the
giving
owner
away
because
all
the
their
owner's.
secrets right now.
I know, right? The owner, we know the owner because he's also a part-time pastor at a church, and my dad is a pastor.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. Let's head
Okay.
on.
Next question.
You know,
If you didn't care at all what people thought of you, what clothes would you wear? Joey, here, I'll answer this
uh,
for you. I think I know. I'm thinking, crop top and bicycle shorts
I feel like I just
and
kind of want to
Uggs.
wear that now.
Top it all off with some Uggs.
Uh, okay, I'll answer it for you too.
Oh boy,
I would imagine you would start out, with a corset.
you're already in a good ballpark. Keep
You would
going.
definitely be wearing like a crop top like Deku hoodie.
Wait, and,
crop top,
and a corset?
deku, and a corset.
How does that work?
The corset goes on underneath, don't you know?
Oh, right, right, right. I'm just seeing
And
it
then
in my mind, and I hate it.
you'd probably also be wearing some jeggings as well.
Mm-hmm.
And
We all
then
know
of
I
course,
have the thighs for digging.
oh, you got thunder thighs, boy.
I do.
For shoes, you would probably be wearing like oh uh size we'll try size 20 Converse.
Dude, that's actually like my size, basically. That
Oh sure.
that was those are clown shoes, man.
I know.
Should we answer it
Okay,
honestly or move
speaking
on?
of no, speaking of Converse, I have another thing from school about this. So
Oh,
there's
okay.
this one girl in my class that absolutely loves Converse, and I have a pair of Converse, but I have big feet. Like I got size 13 feet,
Dude,
and
hey, my boy.
hey, but I would wear my Converse, and because my legs are so skinny, they looked really funny on my feet. And
They do.
she just could not get over how big my feet were. Like she's like, your Converse are just so huge.
Dude,
Why are they
Converse are
so
honestly
big?
the worst shoes for people with big feet. Like all my other
Yeah,
shoes, I look okay in, and then I put on my Converse, and I look like I'm wearing clown shoes.
I
I
relate.
still wear them loud and proud, baby.
Same, but I still relate to that because like Converse are designed with these like very narrow feet in
Yeah,
mind, and I have wide feet.
dude. Why are
I
we?
got,
Dude, get out of my brain.
dude,
We're like the same person,
dude.
except I'm the short, fat version. We're like Bert and Ernie, dude.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, legendary.
wow,
All
that was
right.
fun.
Do we want to actually
Do we
answer
want to
that,
answer?
or
Okay, let's answer it honestly.
honestly? Okay.
Okay, for me, there's two levels of this. Honestly, these could both happen, but one would be more realistic because I would probably be still more self-conscious. I'd probably just wear a suit everywhere. I like wearing suits, and I think
Uh-huh.
we should. I think we should bring them back. Roaring 20s, baby. I think we should bring suits back. I think suit wearing everywhere should be a normal thing again. You could have your nice tuxes for parties. You can have your everyday suit. You can have your suit minus the jacket with a cardigan for at home, Just
Yeah.
chillaxing, maxing, the rest of that.
Max and relaxing outside of the school.
Shooting some b-ball. I really don't know the rest of it. But yeah,
Some b-ball
to
outside of
be
school and a
more
couple of guys.
extravagant though, if I was
Yeah.
super not self-conscious at all, I definitely probably would wear um like even older style, like
Uh-huh.
Victorian England, just
Like
period, just
the Philly.
different period costumes everywhere, just any period. I'd dress up as a pirate 24/7 if I could.
Yeah.
Just that's me, but I'm me. So Joey, what would you?
See, I feel like I would go the complete opposite way. Like no one's gonna judge me, right? Like no one's gonna judge me on what I wear. So I might as well wear like just the most comfortable thing I can find, right?
That's a way of going about it.
And
Um,
so I would probably just end up wearing like sweatpants and hoodies everywhere.
don't you do that anyway?
I don't do it to church.
Oh, that's true.
I don't do it to anywhere where I'm supposed to be
See,
mildly
that's the
fancy.
opposite. That's why I enjoy church because I've started wearing a suit every Sunday. Except
There you
now,
go.
I don't do it now in quarantine because
'Cause,
I don't want to sit on my couch in a suit.
I
Um,
thought you were just saying how you wanted to do that.
true. But
Moving on.
next
Moving on.
question.
Yeah.
Um, ooh, this is a good one. I don't know if I want to answer it because I don't know if I have an answer for it.
Just shoot. I bet I have an
All
answer. I
right.
have an answer for
What is
everything.
something you are obsessed with?
Boys.
Oh, I did not
I
see that
had to
coming.
make the joke. I had
I
to.
should have expected that
You
coming.
said it. Like it's like we're playing volleyball. You just set the ball, and I'm just like, bam,
All right, I'm just
right
gonna
there.
move on. I don't even want to. No, we're changing. We're changing. we're just.
Moving on.
Uh, we've already had that question. These are bad. They're starting to be bad questions. Oh shoot. Um,
You breaking things?
these are lame questions. Do you have any pets?
Yeah, I got 2 dogs. What more do you want?
I got 2 dogs too, man, and a cat now.
And a cat. Yeah,
See, we're the same person.
we're the same person.
Your dogs are both bigger than mine. One of mine is probably about the same size as one of yours, but my other one's too tiny.
Yeah, one of yours is probably about the same size as the smaller one of mine.
Okay, I'm confused by this question. What's the most frustrating app you have tried? Does it mean app as in phone app or app as in the short for appetizer? Could go either way.
Um, let's do both. Why don't we?
All right, most frustrating app you've tried. Dude, I'd say anything free.
Most free apps are garbage.
Most of them are. There are some very good ones out there, but those are rare. I can't think of a specific.
When it comes to appetizers, for me, there was this one time we went to a I forget what it's actually called, but like some place that had like deep fried appetizers. That's about it. And they just weren't good. Like I've run a deep fryer before.
Yeah,
I worked in a kitchen for 3 years, and I've made fries for over 500 people
yeah.
in at a single meal. And I don't know what it was, but like the fries were just really bland. They didn't feel like they were fully cooked through. It was just bad.
That's a shame.
It is a shame.
I can't really think of the most frustrating app, but a frustrating app for me is when appetizer for me is when they try and pass off uh just chips, like tortilla chips.
Oh yeah.
And it's like I'm sorry, what? I could be having a real appetizer like some wings or something and you're bringing me chips, but
Well,
that's all I have on that subject. I
are you
don't really
talking
have a
like
whole lot of
at a
apps here.
Mexican restaurant?
I'm talking about like anywhere.
When it comes to
Like Mexican
Mexican
restaurants,
restaurants,
that makes sense. Like that's
those
fine.
those appetizers and also their free appetizers. Like they bring the
Yeah,
free chips out,
yeah,
and free
that's
chips is
understandable.
also for everybody that comes into the store and buys something. That's great. That's one
That's
of my favorite things about Mexican stores,
I totally agree with that. But if you're going to
Mexican
app, like
restaurants.
this isn't
You going
really
to
on. This
Applebee's?
really isn't on this on the restaurant. It's on the people I'm always with. They want to get. They're like, let's get an appetizer. I'm like, sick. We're gonna get some wings or something. And they're like,
Maybe
let's
some
get this
mozzarella
or
sticks,
yeah, like that, like something good.
onion rings. Yeah,
Even that, like anything. But they choose
anything but
the
tortilla
option where it's
chips.
tortilla chips and like a dip that nobody really likes. And it's like
Frustrating.
could have had wings for the same price. What are we doing? What
Yeah.
are you doing here, boss? All right. I don't have a whole lot left on that subject. So,
Okay.
what are your plans for this weekend?
Uh,
I
I'm gonna
first I want
stay
to
at
comment
home
on
in
who,
my room and pretend like I don't exist.
dude. Same person again. It's the same thing. But I just feel like it'd be super funny if somebody was like using this, like, oh, I don't know how to start a conversation with somebody naturally, and it's not like for this kind of situation, just like a
Yeah,
normal
yeah.
conversation, and they're like googling on their phone, and the person comes up and they're like, "Okay, better pick the first one." What are your plans this weekend? That's the best you could come up with. Uh,
uh, My plans for this weekend. I mean, this weekend is almost over.
That's true. It is a Sunday.
Next question. Let's keep going.
Next question is, what do you like to do in your spare time?
Next question.
Yeah. What what will be the future of TV shows? Probably a direction I won't like. I hate to say it, but I like less and less newer TV shows. I'm more of a classics kind of guy.
Future of TV shows. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of most of the TV shows that are coming out either. I mean, all right, I'm gonna talk like a weeb for a second or here too. I feel like the only form of like television media that's getting better and better as it goes on is
There it is. My
anime.
guy. My
Like,
weeb.
I don't want to sound like a huge weeb, but
That's okay, you are.
the quality of the animation has been improving steadily. The quality of the storytelling has been improving steadily. The quality of the pacing has been improving steadily. Yeah, like slowly but surely, all anime is just getting better by basis. Like some of the best anime of like early 2000s, I would say, is below some of the newer stuff that's being released.
And I would say I've watched one anime. And it's
I'm over
great.
here, galaxy brain, thinking of like how many animes I've watched. There's this thing called my anime list. It calculates basically how much anime you've watched. Like I plugged in all the numbers of how many episodes I watched of each series and which ones I've completed and whatnot. And I've watched roughly 45 days worth of anime, which sounds like a lot until you realize that like
That's just
oh
this year, right?
no. That's since I was 13, I'm gonna say.
All right.
6 years I've watched 45 days worth. However, that doesn't include any of the other TV shows that I have watched. So
Yeah.
it's only anime that I've watched 45 days worth of. Which I'm pretty sure I've watched just about as much other TV show as I have anime.
Yeah, you think your time has been split evenly?
Pretty evenly. Mostly because most of the other TV shows that I watch typically have longer running series and longer episodes.
Yeah.
Uh, I would like to see anime become the new like basic
The new
basis,
mainstream?
the new mainstream. But too many people have like a stigma about anime, and it's like, oh, it's weird. It's
Yeah.
animation. It's all for kids. You can't.
Oh,
It's
that's
children's
definitely not
stuff.
true.
And I'm like, oh, huh, what?
But I will admit I have seen some stuff that I'm just like, this is weird. So I don't know how it
Yeah.
become the mainstream because mainstream television,
So
they like to tell stories about semi-real stuff, but like
yeah.
some anime is just like, and you're just like, I can't
So
follow what's going on.
I'm a big believer of you need to find the right anime for the person the first time. Like if you want to introduce anime to someone, you have to find the right anime for them
Yeah.
the first time.
Which,
If
dude,
you
you
don't, they will
crushed it.
forever be. If you don't, they will forever be turned away from anime.
Which, yeah, you crushed it my first time, dude. I came to you
Yeah.
and I was like, I want to start getting into anime. Then you were like, here, this show's really good. And it is. My Hero Academia, excellent. But
Uh,
then the second one you tried to show me, I did not care for. So
which one was that?
Naruto.
Oh yeah, don't bother watching that.
I didn't. I watched like 4 episodes and I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah, yeah. That's okay for you to stop that one. That's one of the worst ones now. Like I said, quality's been going up. It means the older ones are getting worse.
Yeah. How long have we been going for? Oh,
Ah,
35 minutes.
yeah,
How
that's
long?
still
How
a
long are we going
reasonable
to?
time. I'd say we can go for at least another 10, 20 minutes. I'm not running out of things to talk about.
All
I
right, I
can
can do
talk
that.
about anime for years.
Dude, honestly, I cannot. So next topic.
Let's keep going. Yeah,
That's dark, but let's answer it. What would you want your last meal to be if you were on death row?
Penfield pizza.
Nice. Mine, I'm getting hungry now.
Oh
Probably
yeah, it's
like
almost dinner
just
time.
a really good steak.
That seems very basic.
But no, like a really good steak.
Oh,
Like a
maybe
good
I want
steak
like a
and
really
it'll
good
have
bowl of
like,
ramen.
okay, you're kind of getting there. Dude, this is like your last meal. Think anything.
Hey, I know him.
Hey,
I know him. You know him. I
man in the
know him.
house.
You know him. I know him.
How you doing, Jordan?
I'm doing good.
He's doing good.
Good, good. Kinda in your COVID bunker?
In my COVID bunker, I am.
Say yes.
How are things with you? All right,
All right.
I'm gonna go change.
Oh,
We're
wait
gonna
a
play
second.
that game, I guess, later.
Yeah, we got to play Bargain Quest.
Lord of the Rings tonight, then?
No.
Did your mom tell you that idea?
I have to do my homework still.
Oh, tomorrow?
Maybe.
All right, I got a baby. I'll hold you to it.
All right, Jordan, you can come back in the room.
I love how. I love how your family has interrupted you what like 3 times on our call, and my family has
Yeah.
not come in here once, which I kept dreading that they would come in here. But
Nah, I might actually leave that one in. I might cut my mom out, but I might leave that one in.
that was good. I love how I like was giving an actual answer, and you're like, he said yes. All right, back to serious business.
All right. Oh, my
Last
cheeks.
meal, anything. You could have anything. Dude, you could have freaking Gordon Ramsay cook your meal. I don't know if that's true, but I mean it's imaginary. So
I don't know. Maybe just I don't know. A good bowl of ramen is really good.
I want to try some real ramen at some point. Let's
Dude, we
dive down
should.
this bunny hole. I want to try some real ramen at some point. I mean, I like me some
Cup
not top ramen,
noodle.
cup of noodle. I like me some microwave ramen, but just it looks so good.
Oh, dude, real ramen is amazing, especially if you get like the tempura shrimp ramen or tempura chicken ramen.
Sounds good.
It's really good. Like I went to a like authentic Japanese restaurant with my brothers once. It was over near my older brother's apartment,
Hmm.
and we went there, and it had like that little bar area around the sushi counter and everything with the little curtains behind that you always see like in Japan, and then it also had like a sitting area off to the right. And so we went and sat down, and like I wasn't expecting too much, but like as soon as we sat down, like within the first like minute, someone comes over with the right amount of glasses and a kettle, not a kettle, a teapot full of green tea. And we all get a cup of green tea, and then we all each are given a warm, wet washcloth. And like my brother's been here before, I didn't know what this was for. He said, "Oh, you're supposed to wash your hands with that." And I'm like, "Oh." So we wash our hands, right? And then we're looking through the menu, and we get this stuff, and like you just think of cup noodles. They're pretty small. It's not a lot of food in those things, right?
Yeah, but
Well,
like
we
a
get our
bowl of
bowls.
real ramen is
A
huge, isn't
bowl of
it?
real ramen was like that big around, and I was like, "What the heck?" It's like that deep
Yeah.
ish. I think about that, and then like that big around, and I'm like, "This is so much food," and I loved it. And then that day was also the day I found out I actually do quite like sushi. My older brother was like, "All right, I'll order anything, any of the weird stuff on the sushi list, as long as someone else eats it with me." So we ordered eel and octopus.
Dude, octopus is good. I've not had it
It's
like
good.
sushi, but like I've had it in like a normal Oriental meal.
Was it cooked or raw?
Cooked. It was like calamari
Okay,
or something like that.
gotcha. Yeah. So, I'm pretty sure ours was raw because sushi is raw.
Right.
And I gotta tell you, octopus is super chewy.
It is.
Like I was sitting there chewing it for like a solid 5 minutes.
Cooked, it's chewy.
It was a piece like only about that big, but I was chewing it for like 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and I was like, whew.
All right.
Actually,
Ramen.
enough talking about ramen, man. I am a weeb, aren't I? And I'm proud. Got another question?
This is a good question for you.
Okay.
How often do you stay up past 3 a.m.?
Next question.
I'll answer it.
Okay.
Very rarely. I think the first time I've done it in like a year was last night, literally. And that's because I was waiting for everybody to go to bed in my house, and Logan was taking forever. And I was on a call with him and some friends, and we were watching a movie, and it ended at 3. And I was like, so
Last time I was up until 3. I don't think it was last night. Nope, it was last night. I fell asleep at 3.
dude, we were up like at the same time.
Slaps.
Here's
Slaps.
a funny one. What is the hardest sport to excel at? All of
All
them.
of them.
Theater. It's a very elite sport.
It is.
Um,
It is. You gotta be good at dancing. You gotta
you
be
gotta be
good
good
at
at
singing.
singing.
You
You
gotta
gotta be
be
good
good at
at acting.
acting.
You gotta be good
You
at
gotta be good at all of them.
makeup.
Heck yeah, that
Sometimes
too.
you gotta be good at everything. All right.
You gotta be good.
I just skipped it when I didn't. Um, we've talked about this, but I don't know if we want. Do we want to just talk about it on the podcast?
What is it?
What is your dream job?
Phew. This is
Man,
a tough one. Mailman.
man.
That is one of my dream jobs. I don't have just one. It's like it's a mailman, a something to do with computers maybe, like a computer programmer, or
Cool.
a youth pastor, or some sort of youth programmer at a camp.
All awesome choices. All great for you.
Thank you.
I have 2, but technically they're not apart. So
I think I know
you know
these.
these already. My main one is to become an actor. I hate to say like professional actor because I feel like that's saying I want to be a
Mhm.
star on Broadway, which is not wrong, but it's pretentious.
It
Um,
does sound quite pretentious.
uh,
But
but
I know you.
you know,
You're
just
not pretentious.
just acting in theater. Which the best place to do that is Broadway or West End, but I don't feel like going to England. Um, unless they want me, you know,
Hey, unless it's all expense paid.
probably will
Dude,
be.
I
Maybe
just want to become rich so I can buy like a ice cream truck and just drive around giving away free ice cream.
free ice cream, dude. Awesome. I did not know where that was going. Not normally do people be like, if I'm ever rich, I'm gonna buy an ice cream truck. Be like, okay, that's weird. I think my second one, like my backup, would be just to have some sort of job in theater still, if it's not on
Yeah,
stage. Probably
lights.
lights, most likely lighting.
Probably lights.
Um,
Oh, speaking of which, my school actually had like a little concert thing for like fundraising for missions,
mhm.
and I was the lights guy.
Dude, my man, I trained you well.
Yes, it was nothing like any of the lights I'd used before.
Was it
I had to
flashlight?
learn a whole new. No, I had to learn a whole new system. They had two LED things that pointed to the stage. I couldn't change the directions of them at all. So basically, I just had to do colors and then set each scene to different colors.
Were they
Or
movers?
no, like they were just LED like
Okay, because that makes
plates,
sense. Because
basically.
not all lights are not all LED light are movers. So you would have had to just
No, no,
move
no.
them manually.
Yeah, and I couldn't get up to them because they were like
Uh,
100 feet up or
so
something.
you had two lights to work with. Is that the whole thing?
I had 2 lights to work with.
I bet it was amazing though. Less is more, my
I
man.
so yeah, basically what I had to do is I had to use some fancy lighting techniques. Basically, for each act of the concert, we had different people for like different acts of the concert.
Yeah.
I had different lights tied to each like group and song. So we had the first one was like a rap group, and so I just kind of had the lights flashing through different colors throughout the whole thing. I actually did a rap from Hamilton, which was Guns and Ships, and so in that it goes like Lafayette raps a bit, and then the whole group says Lafayette, and then raps some more Lafayette. So basically, for that, I had at the Lafayette parts, I went from the normal lighting that I had to a deep, deep red, and then back up. And I had to do this manually. Like I didn't have a sequence button that I could just
Right.
like put each scene to.
Sometimes
I had
that
to
makes it fun
manually.
when you have a little amount of light that you can
I
work
had to like
with.
do 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 do.
DJ it
It was
up,
a lot of fun.
like Mr. G
It,
would say. DJ it up.
yeah. And so for each one, I had different ones. We had a country group, so I gave it much more yellow than any of the other groups. So it seemed like sunlight. Honestly, I used a lot of the things that you told me about, like when it comes to lighting, in that. So thank you.
I'm always here,
I
man.
I remembered all my training,
Yep. Good for you.
dude. Titanic was a lot of fun at that point. Like,
Dude, Titanic
but
was dope, and not even just like the time at the theater. It was just
yeah,
the time
I gotta say,
at.
my favorite time during Titanic was with you guys, hanging with you guys. I didn't care for the rest of the stage crew.
Yeah, understandable. We're party machines.
No, I
Um,
just knew you guys, and you guys liked my humor better than anyone else.
that is also true. I think you would have liked Crew for Joseph. Um, we didn't have any adults on anything, so we talked over the headset
Wow,
all the time. Well, we had
that's
like
great.
young adults, but not like how we always do
Yeah,
like on sound. We had parents, so we
yeah,
couldn't goof around on headset, dude. We goofed around on headset, dude.
that's
Um,
great.
it was a good get. We had we would have joke contests. I somehow lost, even though I told a bunch of great jokes. But anyway, uh,
Oh well. Let's not dwell on the past.
yeah,
Dude,
whatever.
just hanging out with you makes my cheeks hurt because I'm smiling so much.
Dude, same. Honestly,
Everything
though.
hurts. We can wrap this up now if we want.
Do do do
One more
do do
question?
do
One
do.
more
Oh, yeah,
question?
one more question. Let's. I don't know
Let's do
why
one
I
more
just
question.
made the Wii music.
That was the Wii resort music?
Do 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 do. I'll change the notes so we don't get copyright. This one came up again. How often do you curse? That's not who asked that in a conversation.
0 out of 10.
Good answer. Uh, what do you think of staycations?
I hate
They,
them.
they suck. My
Yeah,
parents tried to pass off a vacation to Grand Rapids. It was still pretty dope because we got to see Mary Poppins on tour,
that does sound nice.
but they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna go away for a weekend." We're like, "No way, where are we going?" They're like, "Grand Rapids." I'm like, "You
The
just
famous city of.
that was the only thing we literally. I think we did that, and we went to go see Mary Poppins, and we went to maybe we went to a museum. I don't even know. We didn't. We just
This is
had breakfast
this
at
is
the
a
house, and
lame
then
last question.
okay, sorry, that was not meant to be the last question. What has anyone ever saved your life? Lame one.
Hi. Howdy. What's up? We're recording a podcast. Oh.
Shame.
I know, right?
I'm trying to find a good last
Good luck
question.
on your endeavors. Your podcast.
Yeah. It's a bad idea. I
I
know.
doubt it.
All right. These questions get lame as we keep going.
Alrighty.
Ooh,
Found a good one?
save the last most controversial one for last.
Oh boy.
What is the most overrated movie?
Oh jeez. It's overrated. Okay, I'm gonna be super controversial here. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Avengers Endgame. Oh, okay, he's back. Okay.
What?
Okay. Okay.
If you said
Hear me out.
Infinity War, I'd be fine with that. But
No, I
Endgame?
liked Infinity War more.
How? Everybody died. Sorry, spoiler alert. If you haven't seen
Exactly.
it by
That's why I
now,
liked it.
you are a cruel, evil person.
No, it's because they finally did something out of the norm. That's why I liked it. I feel like so many movies just kind of fall into a rut where they're just like stuck doing the same thing over and
Here's
over again.
the thing.
A lot of the
can't
Marvel
just-
movies fall into a rut.
You can't just kill everybody, though. And just
But
not.
you're not sure how or if or when
You
they're
know how
gonna
many
come
people
back.
still died in Endgame? A
Yeah,
lot.
I know. But also, I didn't care at all for the time travel junk that Endgame did.
Let's move on. I don't.
You said this is a good controversial one to
Okay,
end
but I
on.
thought we would
I'm not
agree.
saying it's a bad movie. I still think it's a good movie. I just think it's
Overrated? Okay.
overrated.
I'm trying to
It's still
think.
a good movie.
Yeah, I
It's
can't
still a
think
good
of an
movie.
overrated movie that I.
It's just a little
Overrated.
overrated for me.
What's a big movie that everybody loves?
Like personally, when I think of like Marvel movies that I really enjoyed, I think let's see, Thor Ragnarok, one of them. Both of the Spider-Man movies, even though those ones are a bit iffy sometimes in the movie, they're both good movies though. And honestly, both of the Guardians of the Galaxy, both of the Guardians of the Galaxy are actually some of my favorite movies from the MCU. And one of the biggest things being in all those movies, the visuals. A lot of the movies, a lot of the MCU movies typically have a more toned down color palette, whereas all those movies I just listed typically have more bright and colorful palettes, which
Yeah,
I much more. I really like visuals. Visuals are super important to me,
yeah,
and all those movies were visually interesting. And that's not to say Endgame wasn't, but it definitely felt more like a Civil War, Winter Soldier kind of feel with like that's surrounded by concrete, grays, and deep colors.
yeah.
That's just my personal opinion, by the way. All of this is personal opinion.
Obviously.
If you like the movie, that's good.
Oh, I found it. Okay, it may
Okay.
not be the most overrated, but I felt like this was overrated, and I kind of hated this movie. Not kind of. I hated this movie. The new Aladdin.
That's fair. I never watched it, but from what I
It
saw, it just looked
wasn't
like
good.
yeah.
Like,
I saw
okay, Will Smith
I
was
saw
good.
some reviews.
Will
Yes,
Smith
he was the
was
best
great.
part of it.
He was the only good part about it. They did. This is the thing that drove me the most crazy. They did this dumb thing for like three of the songs where they literally filmed it in like half speed. Like all the actors and everybody moved at half speed.
Hmm.
And then in production, they sped it up it looked so dumb. It looked so dumb. And it just took me completely out of the movie because I was just sitting there like, what?
I feel like
What is this?
um,
Why would you do this?
one of my least favorite movie trends that's happening is the live action remakes.
Yeah, I get with that, but
I don't like them.
yeah, I was gonna
I
say
just don't like them.
there was more good ones than bad ones, but like that's not true. Like Maleficent, I liked Maleficent, and that started the whole thing. And I'm like, this is gonna be good. We're gonna get some new. But then we got stuff like Aladdin, and I don't think I don't think
Balloon.
Mulan is gonna be good because it's like everybody's excited for it because it's a more realistic story and there's not music, but that's what made Mulan good. Was Eddie
Yeah, the
Murphy and
songs was
the
like
song.
the best part of Mulan. Definitely
Um,
not its storytelling.
yeah, and
Its
then like
message was great.
Jungle
It had
Book,
a great message.
yeah, Jungle Book live action was not great. Lion King was okay, but I didn't care for the first. I didn't care for original Lion King anyway. Don't hate me on that, everybody. I just like Lion King 1.5 better. Okay. Um,
It's true. Lion King 1.5 is better.
thank you. Um,
And I even like the original Lion King.
there it is. Um, yeah, but like, I even liked the new Beauty and the Beast. There's things I didn't like, obviously, but I liked more of it than I didn't like.
There were just some things that I didn't care too much about the live action Beauty and the Beast, and that was mainly, um, Emma Watson singing.
Really?
Yeah, they you can definitely hear multiple times throughout the songs they use auto tune.
Oh, they used autotune for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, at least, but it's very noticeable in her. Even within the first phrase that she sings, you can hear it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, but why? If she wasn't that good a singer, why pick her in the first place?
Yeah, that's kind of the problem with
I
movie
wish I
musicals
wish in movies
nowadays.
people weren't. I wish people weren't picked because of who they are. I wish they were picked because of their talents.
Yeah, I mean, I like Emma Watson. I think she's good.
She's a great
She's a good
actor,
actress, but
actress. Yes,
like I don't know. I think she would have done good if she could have just sung better. That
yeah,
sounded really mean, but I don't know how else to put it. That was a good last question.
yeah. I'm not going to talk anymore because I feel like people are going to hate me enough already.
Hey, we're just spitting straight facts.
This is all personal opinion, by the way.
Is that the name of the podcast? Personal opinion.
All personal opinion.
All personal opinion. I can't talk now. I think that means it's time to end.
All right, I think it's time. Yeah.
I'll,
So, yeah,
I'll
this
play
has
us
been all personal
out.
opinion. That is now our outro music by Jordan On. And thank you for tuning in. I'm sure we'll probably do this again. Look at that. We've reached the 1 hour mark. It's quite amazing. But this has been That's Just Our Opinion with Joey McNally and Jordan On. Catch us next time on CBS.
That's TV.
Stevie.